everything you need to make a great espresso shot. So first and foremost, great coffee. Next, an espresso capable grinder. While the C40 is not precise enough for espresso in its stock form, so this is with the red clix, which is as good as it gets for espresso. Next, an espresso machine, a distribution tool. These are the most underrated accessories. And a WDT tool. So this looks kind of basic, but this is indispensable. This is the preheat water. Now we need to preheat the brewing chamber. So this brewing chamber is about 650 grams, which is heavy enough to absorb any kind of temperature. So if you put hot water into it, it will easily drop 4-5 degrees or even more, depending on the room temperature in your region. It's a good idea to start with preheating right in the beginning because it's a time consuming process. The brewing chamber is about 650 grams and it takes quite a lot of time to preheat. The rubber cap at the bottom of the brewing chamber comes along with the flare, and it just makes it spill proof. This plastic thing comes with the flare. It's meant to weigh in coffee and then grind it further, but I don't like to use it for no reason at all. Generally, it is recommended to weigh coffee beans to a certain grams, 16, 18, 20, depending upon the recipe, which I do not follow either. So this is how I make sure that there's enough beans that I need to brew. So once the filter basket is full, we're done. This is a medium dark roast coffee, and I've set the grinder at 18 clicks with the red clicks, which in my experience is right for this kind of coffee to brew espresso. So we pop the coffee in the grinder and get to grinding. Although this coffee is a dark roast coffee as it says on the label, but as long as the beans don't shine, it's a medium dark roast to me. This is one way to judge that we're done grinding. This thing, I am sure it has a name, comes with the flare as well. So we put it on top of the basket to make sure we don't spill the coffee when we put it in the basket. There must be many ways of putting the coffee from the grinder to the basket, but this is how I do it. Now we start with WDT. followed up by the distribution tool. The distribution often ends up spilling some grounds out of the basket. Now we clean the spilled grounds for aesthetics only, because why not? Distribution once again because makes it look neat. Now we tamp the coffee. Now since it's a dark roast, tamping a little hard should be alright. This thing goes on top. Time to dump the water into plants, of course. Now we put this where this belongs. We're pouring off-boil water into this. Helps with the pre-infusion. My hands are shaking because of the coffee I've already had today. Now we plunge. I clearly didn't think this through. So this weird looking cup is already full and the espresso is pouring out into the drip tray and then onto the table. If you see little crema, that's because it's in the drip tray. Thank you for watching.